Selamat datang diucapkan untuk anda yang mengikuti sesi ini secara langsung dan juga anda yang menonton setelah live stream ini berakhir ke sesi kolaborasi STOMACHOFCHAOS bersama laman pop culture suka ramai BUZZPOPTV. So, konnichiwa minasan. So, seperti biasa saya Gudo Maharizu dari laman blog STOMACHOFCHAOS.com bersama para panelis dari BUZZPOP akan memberi reaksi dan ulasan siri anime SPYxFAMILY episod 19 ke-21 yang disiarkan di laman streaming Netflix, Amazon Prime, IKE, Bilibili Global dan MUSE Malaysia. So, bersama saya panelis malam ini terdiri daripada kaki anime dan Gundam Meister Shazali American. How are you?
Hello.
Dan juga in the nick of time, Isekai Waifu Hunter dan anime sensei BUZZPOP Andri Alwi. I hope you are fine.
Saya rasa macam-macam konnichiwa and hello, good evening my good students.
Is it that old program again?
Chokon.
Huh? Kasih
Apa benda dia tengok ni?
A lot of YouTubers, don't worry.
Percayalah. So, untuk makluman anda yang belum pernah mengikuti sisi ulasan kami, perbincangan kami akan mengundang spoilers yang berkait dengan episod-episod yang diulas. Dan juga kepada anda yang menonton sesi ini setelah live stream ini berakhir, silalah langgan kepada laman YouTube STOMACHOFCHAOS dan BUZZPOPTV supaya anda tidak ketinggalan untuk menonton live stream kami yang akan datang. Dan jangan lupa tenyih butang like juga, because that will help us improve our channels in the future. Tapi sebelum kita ke segmen reaksi satu ayat malam ini untuk SPYxFAMILY, kita akan kembali ke segmen ringkas kami. Kita mula dengan segmen inilah apabila anda tak buat kerja 2 minggu jadi macam ni. This is embarrassing. Where is it? Segmen Dochi Anime for Miteira. Okay, so kita akan bermula dengan Syaz because kami ingin mengetengahkan siri-siri anime yang currently tengah tunjuk di season fall season 2022 yang berlangsung sekarang. And satu anime which I thought was very interesting to look at and suggested to Syaz, and he is hooked and he's gonna tell us about it. So anime yang kita akan anime pertama yang kami bincangkan adalah Blue Lock atau Buru Roku. Go ahead Syaz, hit him.
Okay, so masa aku start tengok Blue Lock ni kan, I have zero idea what it was other than the fact dah baca summary tu, oh this is going to be a story about football, and then that's it. Aku tak baca much about dia punya synopsis or anything kan. So macam like, okay lah, let's give it a try. Kebetulan sekarang tengah World Cup, so macam okay lah, give this a football ni anime chance lah. Sebaru 5-6 episod kot when I first started. So bila sekali tengok tu, first match belum apa-apa, main character punya team dah kalah. Aku macam like, ni apa benda ni kan, you know. And the team was like, there was nobody from the team that they introduced, cuma the main character. And I was like, ini bukan macam cerita shonen, you know, sports team yang underdog akan belajar balik ke apa ke? Is it or is it not? So after halfway through the first episode, then they introduced us to the whole concept of Blue Lock. It is a training camp. Sebab dia punya konsep very simple. Jepun right now boleh qualify ke World Cup tapi tak boleh menang World Cup. Disebabkan kenapa? They are being held back by the same thing that is making them strong tapi tak boleh menang towards end. Which is dia orang punya mindfulness. Dia orang jenis yang kalau kita tengok dia orang main lepas ini football game kan, wah dia take all the sampah semua ni kan. Dia orang selalu give way ke orang, very courteous and all that. So as a team, they become very strong. Sebab dia orang okay, kalau ada orang open, aku pass kat sana, aku pass kat sini. But because you are playing too much into the team and there is nobody taking the initiative, dia menggunakan example macam Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar and all these big names kan. So because of that, Japan cannot progress to become the world champions. So whether that is true or not, I do not know. Tapi kebetulan I tengok dia punya uniform is the Blue Lock punya uniform. The current World Cup punya ni, they're using a Blue Lock punya inspired punya uniform. So I'm not sure if that is the case lah. But anyway, about the anime itself, ada orang Kudo mention kan that some people have compared it to Squid Game. Basically, without much spoilers, it is a training camp where you akan fight for the only one spot, guaranteed spot untuk mewakili Jepun in the orang punya World Cup punya team in the future. So
is it because they already have like 10 people out there, or they have other blue locks outside this particular blue lock? You know what I mean? They need 11 people.
Belum ada lagi any further information on this dalam the anime. Manga I tak tahu lah. I tak sentuh manga apa. I have zero knowledge on this. So from the anime itself, they are looking for the greatest striker that the country can produce. And dia punya bukannya training kita passing bola kita ni, tak. They will throw macam mana you have to find out what makes you the best striker, and then you have to survive dia punya challenges. Nah, dia bukanlah macam Squid Game, kau kena tarik tali mati, lari ikut api, tak ada. There's none of that. It is all actual football punya challenges lah.
I see.
But the way it is done in such a way dia macam dia break down your perception of what makes a good striker, or rather what Japan thinks makes a good striker, and then they challenge you balik. So secara tak langsung, it is a social commentary on Japan punya technique, on how they groom players, how they create players. Whereas the Blue Lock punya camp, I've seen things which macam like, that is the classic shonen. Kita ada big team, go together. After a while, yang makan sekali. So they understand what teamwork is, you know? And then they had one or two girls macam like, wow, they had this in the anime. It's like mind-blowingly thing. Dia punya plot twist yang macam kau tak sangka langsung tu. Coming from people who are put in a scenario where only one can survive. Bukan matilah, but because the condition of joining the Blue Lock, kalau you gagal, you are disqualified from the national team forever.
Yes. Apa kategori The Great interestingly make the same comment. Kalau gagal, in fact tak boleh masuk mana-mana kelab bola lepas ni pun selama-lamanya. That's it.
Aku tak tahu about kelab bola lah, but national team confirm lah.
Okay. So, Andri, have you seen this?
Actually, it was not even on my
Under your
radar,
radar.
because one, I don't like
Semua jantan.
Yeah, it's soccer. You have 11 teams of guys.
Football, soccer.
So there's no MILF or lolly waifus to be expecting. So I avoided it. And in soccer, I'm not a big fan of soccer. I used to be a big fan of soccer, but I grew tired of it because of certain factors.
Yeah, the fact that you use the word soccer that tells me something else. I mean,
soccer or football, whatever you call it lah.
I mean, just nak tambah to what Shaz was saying. I've not seen it, but very interesting. The way that you described it. One thing kepada penonton yang kurang arif, di Jepun, masyarakat Jepun adalah masyarakat kolektivis. Dia tak macam masyarakat Barat yang individualistic. So basically, if you are an individual trying to be different, they'll shun you. This is something that diorang pupuk dari kecil lagi, macam masa sekolah elementary, when they teach you to be people in which, like for example, ni memang kami going off tangent on a tangent lagi, tapi just to explain what Shaz was going about. When they have a good team, they're a good team because diorang help each other, nakama dan sebagainya. Okay, Because benda macam ni pun pernah diportray dalam media film kepada mereka yang pernah tengok angka-angka tahulah wayang ni. Black Rain dibintangi Michael Douglas dan Andy Garcia. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the director, which I'm so embarrassed to say. Anyway, so polis di Osaka, diorang heran dekat polis New York. Dia kata, you should think of the team, you should think of the entire group. I mean, it benefits the entire force. So you can't act on your own, that kind of thing. So I think what Blue Lock is trying to, from what Isha is trying to say lah, Blue Lock ni macam, let's think outside the box lah. I think our usual collectivist attitude, whilst it made a great team, and like they say, we've never won a World Cup because we don't have that extra edge. Itulah collectivist society. So diorang macam, kalau siapa anda yang pernah tengok film atau J-drama, kalau pelajar-pelajar universiti nak minta kerja, suit kena sama, hitam, putih, tie gelap, tak ada color hijau, tie color biru, kasut pun shape sama, color sama, rambut tak boleh dye, perempuan rambut ikat same way. They cannot be seen to be individualistic. Obviously there are certain Japanese films are going against the grain. So banyaklah orang cakap nak kerja di Jepun, tapi for foreigners yang successful to be to gain employment in Japan tends to go to companies yang multinational lah. So maknanya bos dia orang German ke American ke, so they tend to not follow what the Japanese do. So anyway, itu dah melilau jauh sangat lah. Tapi Blue Lock ni diadaptasi dari manga shonen terbitan Kodansha oleh penulis Kaneshiro Muneyuki dan mangaka Nomura Yusuke yang mula diterbitkan pada tahun 2018. Jika anda mengikuti Twitter, especially that of Blue Lock dan juga Nomura Yusuke mangaka, banyaklah illustration by recently lah, masa lepas dia orang menang Germany itu kan, Nomura Yusuke melukis satu image dari Blue Lock with a character wearing the current jersey. Apparently saya look it up, Nomura-san dia tak design the Japanese the current Japanese strip yang ada origami tu. So it is designed, it is used in the manga or whatever, but it wasn't him who designed it for Adidas. If anybody in the chat can counter this, by all means so, but we need to see evidence. Yeah. So siri anime ni diterbitkan oleh Studio 8-bit dan diarah oleh Watanabe Tetsuaki yang juga pernah mengarah Haikyuu. So I guess we've got somebody who's done sports anime. Dan juga mempunyai 24 episod. So at the moment I think it's episode 7 or 8. So kita boleh expect another 16 kot. Tapi tak sure lah whether or not they're going to take a break for the next score or whether it's going to continue on in the winter. But there's been no announcements whatsoever. So it does look like it might be continuing on in January. So that's Blue Lock. Onwards, kita pula ke Andri dengan anime pilihan beliau, The Eminence in Shadow atau Kage no Jitsuryokusha ni Naritakute. Okay, go ahead, Andri.
Okay, Eminence in the Shadow is about Chunibyo who got isekai to a world of magic and become that world's dark anti-hero, basically.
Sekejap, tell people what a Chunibyo is.
Chunibyo is someone who believes into bullshit. Anime bullshit, yeah. He believes in his anime powers, his anime justice, and
kepada penonton di rumah, yang Andri describe ni, ini dia describe orang betul tau. Dia bukan describe karakter dalam anime. So maknanya macam saya keluar pergi kerja, kau jangan kacau aku akan guna Kage Buchin no Jutsu berjadah semua. Dia ingat dia betul. Itu Chunibyo. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Ya. Dia kalau gaduh dengan bos dia kan, Tiba-tiba dia cakap Masengyo Rasengan or something like that.
Bukan Rasengan, Mangekyo Sharingan.
Masengyo Sharingan. And then dia ambil membariskan, behold, pedang api saya yang bersuhu 15 juta Celsius tau.
And kepada siapa yang tengok komisan, kawan dia nama Naka-Naka tu, she's a Chunibyo yang mata ada patch tu. Pasal dia ingat dia ada dragon power. Anyway, sambung Andri, go ahead.
Okay, the story is like this. The first episode and the second episode is very different. The first episode takes place on this guy namanya his new name is Sid Kageru. But in the first episode he has a normal Japanese name, and the whole episode is taking place on him rescuing dia punya schoolmate. He wanted to become a superhero in the original world, dunia nyata, and he was successful as a superhero in the first episode, rescuing his schoolmate. But he realized that being born in this world kan, he is limited in terms of power. He said, now I'm training myself all the time, but I can only beat someone with military background. But if someone who drops a nuclear bomb at me, right, I will not survive. Or if someone uses a tank, I'm fucked. So he realized.
Is he in a normal world or is he in a fantasy world?
The first episode takes in the normal world. At the end of the first episode, he got killed.
Lori, the truck kun?
Yes. This is an isekai, of course. So it's very funny.
Oh, it's funny lah. Okay.
It's funny. It's like an overlord now. Okay. On the second episode, we see that he was reborn into this world of magic, and he retained his knowledge from the old world. So dia dapat lah. So he had a potential on magic lah, because he is born knowing that the world has magic. And he knows magic through all the animes he has seen. So the concept of making fire magic is simple to him. What he can actually do is actually enhance that magic. Like, katakan, if you want to learn fire magic, it consists about heat now. But he knows, but he was a top student in his previous life. Not because he's a genius or something, but he researched a lot of things because he trains himself, macam Batman lah. So he can actually has a spell card called I Am Atomic. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is like episode 4 or 5. Dia boleh guna nuclear magic. I'm like, okay. So you know this guy is very overpowered now. He knows how to enhance his muscle, knows how to create armor through dia ternak slime. Macam slime from Dragon Quest, you have that metal slime.
Okay.
Where you kill, ada banyak ASP. He not only killed the slime and get he used the corpse as a suit now. So like an Iron Man now. So he has a lot of references in the story now.
So dia ni very creative with magic.
It's a creative form of a lot, except for a lot of difference. Instead of one albedo, you have
dari gambar kita ramai.
Yeah, he's like, I only hire he hires only girls, which I appreciate. Ada yang beast girl, ada yang vampire, ada elves, curse humans, whatever it is lah. They all were rescued by him. That was one of the punya syarat for recruitment, because if they were captured and got rescued, they would be born a sense of loyalty. Tak akan tanya soal besar sangat lah. They won't. His followers are called the Shadow Garden. Okay, and there's a lot of them. The official ones, I think there's like 10 of them. Each of them kuasa kuat-kuat, macam like those floor guardians from Overlord. They are very powerful. If they are not powerful, they are highly skilled. Because one of them actually is a billionaire entrepreneur, like a Bruce Wayne person, but she's so clumsy, she always falls on her face and the ass always pops up. It's a running joke. Yeah, and there's a lot of ass shots in this show. So if you're into booties, right, this is the show for you. So they all they all, because of their loyalty and how you say, gratitude towards the hero, he calls himself the Shadow. He said they actually macam almost worship him as a deity tau. Like Ainz. Sasuga Shadow Sama. And this guy, whatever he does kan, the girls will anticipate kan, it is actually a well thought plan. Padahal it's on everything that he does kan is actually to sate his Chunibyo appetite tau.
Okay.
Like he purposely get himself into trouble so he can actually show off to himself.
So in this world, siapa antagonist dia?
There's an enemy called the cult of evil or something like that lah. But he just made up the name, and surprisingly, there's one existing, so it works out lah.
So did
everything
he create
is
cult when he was alive, or the cult he created in front of the girls nak bagi?
The first girl they rescued kan is called Alpha. Nama dia Alpha.
Yeah.
He called her Alpha. The real name dah hilang because she doesn't even remember. She was turned into this monster.
Okay.
And then when she asked questions kan, who did this to me? She said, oh, they created a name, the cult of something. And it's surprisingly kan, after she served him for years kan, there is a cult of something. So kita, oh shit, apa it works or whatever. Oh fuck.
So this is a coincidence lah. Dia bukan jenis orang yang macam say something and then it materializes, bukan lah.
He is half-assing thing and things happen.
Wow.
He purposely has a normal life and the shadow life. No shadow life, he just half-assing thing and things go as it is. And in his normal life, he just wants to become a mob character.
I see. Okay.
So he just rapat dengan karakter yang he thinks yang macam main character in the game. Dia macam like the school president kan is a girl or princess. So he got hired. He purposely got himself hired as her boyfriend because she wanted to escape from being someone's fiancé. And he got chosen because he was the most mob of the mob, or yang paling tak impressive. So everything he does happens, and everything he does to avoid also happens. He doesn't want to become a mob character, but he suddenly becomes the attention of the whole thing lah. So it's very funny. It's very dark comedy. This show, I think, is around 12 episodes. I wish there are going to be more episodes like Overlord, but who knows? There's a lot of potential for this show.
How many episodes dah you tengok?
I think 7 or 8, something like that lah.
And boleh tengok kat mana?
It's not available on Netflix. So if you're watching for Aiki, keep an eye out for it lah. I'm not sure other platforms lah, but all the other good platforms, the free ones. Tak pandai lah.
Pandai lah. Syaz dah tengok benda ni? Or you've not seen this or not
heard of it before? I've heard of it. Tak pernah nampak.
No. I pernah dengar, tapi obviously it was like, isekai tak apalah. Bukanlah macam tak nak tengok, tapi macam since you mentioned it,
isekai is 50-50 tau. It's either very good or very bland.
Yeah, there's not many good isekais lah. Anyway, so siri isekai Chunibyo ni diadaptasi dari light novel oleh Aizawa Daisuke yang mula diterbitkan pada tahun 2018, dan anime ini diterbitkan oleh studio Nexus. Not really have heard of it. Diarah oleh Nakanishi Kazuya yang pernah mengarah ReZero dan Trinity 7. So I guess with Trinity 7 you can expect the harem element in this. Dan according to my anime list, it's got 20 episodes. So it's just gonna be more than what you thought, Andre. So hopefully it might spill over into even, because dia start lambat kan in this season. Dia tak ada macam start bulan 1 bulan awal bulan 10 dia start macam lambat. So
it's start around fall season. So
I know, but fall season dia punya all the start dates are staggered, macam like My Hero dengan Spy start first as early as possible, and then like Chainsaw Man dengan Bleach start in the middle of October. But anyway, thanks. Okay, I'm not trying to be greedy, but I've got two kawan Andri kat belakang tu. Say hello.
Hello.
Kawan ni banyak.
Tak, bawah tu. Yang atas tu musuh dia. Anyway, I'm going to quickly talk. Okay, I'm going to be a bit greedy. I'm talking about two because we're supposed to have Arif here, so blame him. No, kidding, Arif. So first one is URUSEI YATSURA. Now, kepada siapa yang umur tua macam saya, should have heard of this anime dan manga. But I have to be honest, I've not seen it, although I'm aware of who she is. So dia dari manga betul-betul komedi cinta, rom-com, sci-fi bermula in 1978 by Takahashi Rumiko. She's a famous mangaka with judul-judul suka ramai seperti Ranma Half, Maison Ikoku dan Inuyasha, just to give you some lah. And all of these titles are really good titles, well loved by a lot of people. So anime ni merupakan readaptasi. Sebanyak 23 episod. Interestingly, it's by David Production, which is the studio that makes JoJo. Okay, so don't expect her to do poses, don't expect the drawing to look like JoJo. It's just the same studio. Tapi ada setengah elemen JoJo yang saya nampak lah dalam ni sikit. Tapi tak adalah muka bibir tebal ke pun tak adalah. Tapi and today dia ada 7 episod disiarkan oleh Fuji TV di Jepun dan laman stream High Dive. So saya tak sure kat Malaysia boleh tengok kat mana, tapi but you need to find out. So anime asal URUSEI YATSURA ni from studio Kitty Films, Pero dengan Dean, was shown between 81 and 86. So masa tu uncle zaman sekolah rendah, between sekolah rendah dengan form 4. Dan dia yang one piece of trivia pasal URUSEI YATSURA ni, pengarah dia was Oshii Mamoru. That's why he sank his teeth in directing and he became famous. Oshii Mamoru ni, kepada anda yang minat anime klasik, antara pengarah anime yang agak tersohor. Dia directed Jinro, the Pet Labor TV series and films. So he was part of the creative group called Headgear. So kalau anda pernah tengok Pet Labor, dia tulis Headgear. Dan Ghost in the Shell 1 and 2. So premise cerita URUSEI YATSURA ni agak simple. Di mana Ataru, seorang pelajar sekolah menengah yang bermata keranjang,
the male hapusai.
Okay, dipilih untuk menyelamatkan dunia dengan bermain kejar-kejar atau main tag dengan Princess Lam, anak puteri kepada raja makhluk angkasa lepas yang nak invade dunia ni. Raja makhluk tak betul. Dia kata kalau kau menang game ni, kita orang tak invade berbumi. Oleh kerana salah faham, Lam menyangka Ataru akan mengawini beliau jika Ataru memenangi permainan tag ini. Dan ini menimbulkan kemarahan teman perempuan Ataru yang bernama Shinobu. So pada saya, lawak jenaka yang dibawa watak-watak URUSEI YATSURA ni agak dated juga, pretty slapsticky. So anda kalau boleh bayangkan original Doraemon, kalau boleh tengok episod-episod yang betul-betul lagi 70-an tu, rasa dia macam tu lah, joke-joke uncle. Tu pasal uncle suka. Mungkin sesuai untuk uncle-uncle mengimbau kenangan zaman muda bila nak tengok cerita ni. So watak Lam ni dilakonkan seiyu jelita dan seksi Uesaka Sumire, yang juga pelakon untuk Nagatoro. And she memberi bawa nafas baru, obviously, but she's quite good in maintaining to how Lam speaks. Lam ni dia maintain nada original. She speaks with a dialect from Sendai, which is a city, this prefecture north east of Tokyo. So it's all pretty much because that's how Rumiko Takahashi wrote her, and that's how the seiyu asal Hiranofumi, yang sekarang berumur 67 tahun, that's how she voiced Lam. And another piece of trivia, Hiranofumi is in this readaptation. Dia cameo dia sebagai ibu kepada Lam. So manakala Moroboshi Ataru, the guy, dilakonkan Kamiya Hiroshi, which is the actor for Levi Ackerman from Shingeki no Kyojin. He's Araragi from Monogatari, and he's also Trafalgar Law from One Piece. So I really recommend this. Okay, I know mungkin kita orang mana layan benda-benda lama ni, tapi for me it's 7 out of 10. Okay, kerana lawak santai dan juga saya uncle. Tapi kalau interestingly, kalau tengok dekat Mel, score dia 7.33, not too bad lah. Tak adalah kecundang ke apa. Tapi mana tahulah, mungkin kerana uncle-uncle dulu sana voted it on Mel, tak tahulah kan. Tapi Urusei Yatsura, this worth checking out. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do this. Sorry guys. Shut up you! Shut up you!
Personal interest.
Tengok tu, alamak, siapa komen ni? Civil war between, I think probably Caleb. Are you describing I've only, actually masa I tengok Urusei Yatsura, I baru tengok first episode. I meant to continue on but I didn't. But anyway, tapi I think, okay, forget the personal interest whatever, but I think this is a cracking anime that deserves to have a quick mention lah. Because so regardless, everybody's got different views on this. Betul, saya fanboy. Okay, that I'm gonna put it out there. But I'll be objective as much as I can. I'll be objective lah, nak puji apa sangat. So anime ni is an old anime. I mean, series ni is from the early 2000s. And obviously when it stopped in about 2006 or whatever it was, 2012. So it's 10 years. It's been 10 years until this reappears as the final season, called SENNEN, KESSEN-HEN, or the 1,000-Year Blood War. Kita nak panggil TYBW je lah. So again, dia diadaptasi oleh the same studio Piero. Mengadaptasi 20 jilid terakhir manga nuklear Kubo Taito yang dinamakan, as I said, KESSEN-HEN. So siri ni rata-rata menampakkan, bila anime ni, bila saya tengok, menampakkan nafas yang teramat baru dari segi visual jika dibandingkan production Piero yang asal, 10 tahun yang lepas. Obviously lah, teknologi baru dan sebagainya, tapi ada to be truthful pun, banyak juga anime sekarang yang nampak macam anime lama. So it depends lah. It's obvious they have put more work on this series, money wise, effort wise dan sebagainya. Where was I? So diberikan kembalinya semua seiyu asal dan juga seiyu generasi sekarang, yang ditawarkan watak baru, because obviously dalam season ni kita akan diperkenalkan dengan antagonis baru kepada Shinigami dalam siri Bleach ini. So obviously they need new actors. So there's quite a few number of people with whose names that we have heard of in current anime. For example, I did mention last time macam Inosuke is in this. So much so that mengganggu produksi siri-siri anime yang lain, because of the fact that they're taking out so many people out there to do this blooming anime. Kacau orang lain nak buat anime, because mana kami punya actor nak buat suara juga. Because di barat, dia cara voice actor berlakon lain daripada Jepun. Jepun dia, kalau dalam scene tu ada 10 orang tu kena dalam studio. So that's why it's a bit of a problem. So anyway, Kubo Sensei juga diberitakan mempunyai peranan yang lebih besar berbanding 10 tahun dahulu dalam pembikinan TYBW ni, di mana wawancara dengan beliau bersama pengarah Tomohisa Taguchi dan pelakon suara Kurosaki Ichigo Morita Masakazu memberitahu yang setengah dialog siri baru ni diubah oleh Kubo Sensei sendiri during production. Dan rata-rata reaksi dari staff kreatif di bilik mesyuarat, they'll go like, "Oh, ini baru betul. This is the real Bleach," because a lot of people were wondering how much input that Kubo has in this. Apparently, according to this interview dalam Weekly Shonen Jump, it is. So the premise of this season, Soul Society diserang hendap oleh Vandenreich, sekumpulan unit ketenteraan Quincy. Quincy ni is pretty much the antithesis of Shinigamis. Musuh ketat sejak azali lagi, yang diketuai Uvach kalau pronoun cakap Jerman. Kalau nak pronoun cakap Jepun is Yuha Baha, is how it's spelled using katakana. Anyway, serangan hendap terhadap Society ni agak dahsyat jika difikir yang selama ni Society atau Serete, dia punya kota yang di atas langit tu, considered pretty untouchable in the past, dan insiden ini merupakan serangan balas terhadap Soul Society yang pernah melenyapkan pihak Quincy 1000 tahun yang dahulu. So pada saya, this season is agak serius berbanding dengan Bleach yang dulu. dari tone penceritaan. Wawancara yang tadi juga memberitahu yang Kubo personally minta studio ni tone down sikit the comedy. So in a way saya rasa sayang because Bleach punya beat yang macam dia buat muka mata besar, kepala cibi semua dengan lagu bodoh dia tu is part of the charm. Tapi this season is pretty serious. They've done so much work to make it look cinematic. Rasa janggal kalau dia suddenly keluar kartun mata besar dalam siri ni. Dia akan disiarkan sebanyak 4 core dan pada waktu ni masih belum ada berita sama ada kita akan ada break before core 2. So core 1 ni akan mengandungi 13 episod, jangka berakhir dalam 6 episod lagi. Core 1 akan mengandung secara pribadi saya harap episod 14 akan just continue on in January and without a break, but at the moment we have no news lah. So my bias score is 8/10 is because for me it is good, but every episode saya tengok I'm just like go wah. So Mel 9.12 yang rata-rata datang dari panelis bias. Okay, like me. Okay.
I want to say something.
Siap je nak habis. Kepada mana-mana nanti penonton di rumah yang nak ikut TYBW tanpa menonton 400 plus episod sebelum ni, saya sarankan tonton video YouTube sepanjang 50 minit ni oleh this guy called the Whip Commander. Link dia akan saya bagi kat below. Because video ni dia mengandungi penjelasan jalan cerita dan fakta wajib yang agak optimum. So you can watch this 50 minutes and comfortably watch TYBW dengan senang. If you feel like you want to watch 400 episodes, go ahead. Tapi masalahnya Bleach ni banyak filler. So you need to find out dalam Google. Ada je orang yang dah bagi tahu, okay, korang nak baca yang nak tengok anime yang ikut manga, tengok season yang ni. Because I think by the time they stop showing the last season was season 16. So you need to find out. I don't have it at the top of my head, but it's out there. Dan kalau kepada anda yang menonton, yang juga membaca manga, manga dia yang untuk season ni 55 until 74, which is the last volume, and currently episode 7 is about volume 58. Sorry Andy, you wanted to interject.
Yeah, you give it an 8, Mel gives it a 9. I have to agree with Mel. It's a 9 easy for me now because I give Bleach a lot of shit now. I complain that the powers are too ridiculous. They refuse to kill the characters, and it's not a serious show. You have Bleach golden at the end of episode for the first few seasons lah, and it provides little relevance to the story at hand tau, except for just to make con more relevant lah. But this new series kan yang baru buat ni kan, holy shit, they take everything that I complain and turn it around and solve it now. So you get a lot of characters being killed off, and this is not the side characters now. This is like the major supporting characters of significance in society, and they become more serious tone tau. It's so serious that you couldn't have thingan there's no other element except for dire straits in every episode now. There's no room for high school issues or something like that. No, this is just totally the invasion, taking the headspace of every character inside the show. So I can tell you that this show actually is, I think, is Tite Kubo's punya redemption lah. I think whatever he did for the past 16 seasons kan, a lot of people complain, a lot of people drop the title. What he's doing in this season is how to say his redemption. It is the thing that makes you love Bleach when you watch it for the first 2 seasons lah. You have to understand Bleach kan is about the main story kan for Bleach. The whole season kan is Ichigo versus Aizen, and they dragged it out for so long. And this kan they don't drag it since the first episode. It's against the Wazen Reich, what we call it lah. The German Quincy, whatever.
Yeah. I just got to quickly add because I mean the manga was actually the manga for this season is actually is not done like now, and Kubo's current involvement in the production of it wasn't because due to him yang semua mati ni. It's already been written. A lot of people, I mean, you might call me, a biased person will say this, but yes, they didn't die in the first 400 episodes, but probably Kubo wanted them to die now, not then. But there you go.
Aku nak add.
Sila.
Aku nak kutuk.
Aku tahu lah.
Aku nak kutuk sampai bagi 8. Ada ke fan boleh bagi 8?
Pasal aku objektif.
Aku yang tak minat Bleach because of the overly posturing punya nature of the show towards the end. And I'm like easily, this is like a 10 out of 10 for me tau. The level of animation compared to the previous punya
oh yes, of course.
The previous berapa ratus episode, dia punya tone macam Andre kata is a serious tone. Dia tak ada macam kita cerita serius tapi lawak bodoh. Tak ada. It's a serious tone. People are dying and not just random people lah. Macam Andre kata kan, they are people with names. In fact, it will be more rewarding if you watch the previous ni. Tapi kalau katakan like me, you stop halfway, but you know, oh ni orang ni ada nama, oh mama ni ada ni, and then they are just dying to people who are overly powerful, and these overly powerful people tak ada macam like saya hebat, saya 5%, awak berapa persen, saya like, I'm so good, I'm strong, lepas tu pop, half of the head kena potong. Lepas tu tiba-tiba bukan, itu shadow saya. Alah. It feels like easy writing tau. This
macam first episode tu, badan dia berlubang separuh. The lieutenant tu, apa nama, Kiga, yang dia punya perkutu 4 segi tu. Dah, habis, that's it. Dia dah mati lah. Dia macam datang studio. Betul, habis. Balik, so, thank you for visiting the studio.
Kan, they set the power level early that these people are a genuine threat, are not people who are posing macam orang kuat. Macam kalau you compare real life criminal dengan katakan wrestlers WWE, macam tu lah. The real criminals will actually like punch you down. The WWE will punch you sebab that is the storyline. But because Mamat yang tumbuk tu hero, so dia akan marah balik, oh tak sakit bro, lah hero menang. I'm not saying wrestling tak bagus, but this feels like an actual show that orang putih will make. There is like, actual professional killers. Bukan macam, Mr. Bond, you are caught finally, Tak ada. Dia tak ada buang masa macam tu. If you are a weakling, you're not strong enough to block the aura that is coming in your face, kau mati. Mati macam tu je. So, it feels like if this was the style of writing back then, mungkin I would have actually finished it all the way. Sebab dah di dragging. Satu fight 15 episod, baru nak keluar pedang tahap kedua dia. Alah. So yeah, for somebody who hated how Bleach ended towards the end, I am actually following this, and I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Gila tak gila? That's how good the production quality is. In fact kan, you tak pernah tengok the show pun, you boleh tahu tau, oh karakter ni penting, Captain tu ada power besar, Mamat ni ada something that is very strong, dia ada hidden power, dia tak boleh pakai, disebabkan sekian-sekian. So you don't even have to know, but you tengok bila lepas lawan besar tu, tengok orang ni injured, you know the important characters. You confirm tahu, oh ni karakter important ni, ini karakter important. So you already can start watching it without knowing the past. It's that good lah. I think kalau you tak ikut Bleach sebelum ni pun, you can watch it and just watch the summary video lah, macam Kudo kata. It's that good. Seriously.
Saya punya gembira hari ni, saya lepas ni nak buat sujud syukur. Tak. Okay, joking aside. I mean, that shouldn't be a joke anyway. Tak. Okay. God, now I've cakap joke macam tu dah. Itulah, janganlah buat joke agama lagi. Ni, apa nak cakap? Yes, the reason why I gave it an 8 is because when I started watching this, as much as I hype, as I've told before, I always start with a 7. So aku incrementally aku tak nak bobol 10 lepas tu tadi bangang lah episod 26 apa ni jadi betul, you know, but because masalah at the moment we're going to go on to the next segment, which is anime news bites. Ada sebab ya. Teng. So anime news bites hari ni just nak sambung sikit pasal Bleach. Because dalam tadi I alluded to Weekly Shonen Jump isu ke-51 yang pretty much last week, Monday baru ni hari ni apa bulan? Hari ni 27 kan. Kira 21 hari bulan itu. If you can find it at Kinokuniya kat KLCC, go get it. Nampak poster overlay tu. Okay, dalam episod ke-7 Bleach ni, Thousand Year Blood War ni, dia tunjuk ada satu short snippet before the opening credits of the original GOTEI 13 yang brutal, yang memang tak kasih can punya. Sebenarnya saya terlambat tadi. Saya sepatutnya buat satu overlay lain juga selepas ni. Tapi tak sempat. Dan so kepada penonton yang ikuti STOMACHOFCHAOS, saya tend to do little short videos based on sesi bedah. Nanti saya akan tunjukkan secara detail nama-nama ahli GOTEI ke-13 yang daripada dulu ni. So basically poster yang kat tengah tu dia dah leak tau. It leaked 2 weeks ago. Obviously from Japan, and then kepada siapa yang memang kaki Bleach akan kenal this person who called James Hansen. He's from the UK. He's active on Twitter and on YouTube, and so obviously he got this a copy of this from Japan, and then there's another leaker called Shonen Leaks. Dia tak pala tahu dia punya sources. So I've never seen his leaks macam salah. So because they kenal orang, you know, I don't know how people in Japan get these things earlier, whatever it is. Masalahnya saya nak sepatutnya berbual gambar yang kat belakang poster tu, tapi nantilah you all akan tengok. So siapa yang menonton Bleach episod ke-7 baru ni, end credit dia lagu sama, tapi dia akan tunjuk ke-13 ahli GOTEI 13 yang asal. So penerbitan majalah isu 51 ni obviously dilakukan serentak dengan hari yang sama episod 7 yang tunjuk. So all the leaks notwithstanding, so people yang tak ikut leak news will go like, wow, today's WSJ issue has this picture, and then tonight I'm watching the anime, I get to see it in a flash. Because dalam manga yang bawah tu je, yang gambar black and white tu, tak nampak muka, nampak shape je. So macam kita tak tahu laki perempuan ke apa. And that's the only picture of the original GOTEI 13, because Yuhabaha dia kutuk Genryusai, dia kata korang sekarang lemah. Masa kita orang lawan dulu, korang semua bunch of, you are not even, dia kata korang bukannya even captains or whatever, you are all just ruthless killers. That goes to show how different, because obviously dah aman kan. Biasalah bila keamanan dia akan soften people, including Genryusai himself, Yamaji tu. So Yamaji is obviously was still captain nombor 1, and I can quickly tell you yang masih wujud sekarang, Unohana, she is part of the original GOTEI 13, dan sifat Unohana, kalau anda yang menonton Bleach yang tak baca manga akan mengheran, how can she be part of this? Nanti in a few more episodes you'll see what she is like. I'm not going to say anymore. Dan juga a few more clues. Banyak James Hansen pun tersebutlah juga. Dia kata dia bukan nak kata pala tahu. Dia kata kalau aku salah, tapi kita just for fun nak analyse by looking at the drawings, tengok clues for symbols or whatever. Tapi masalahnya nama tau. Some of them nama macam there's a guy with a brown skin. His surname is Shihoin Chika. So Chika is a girl's name but it's a guy. So kepada anda kenal Shihoin Yoruichi, so this is her ancestor. So the Shihoin family is one of those noble families in Seoul society, macam the Kuchiki family, which is Byakuya family lah dengan Rukia. So that's one. The only other person yang diorang mention that's relevant is mungkin ada seorang mamat ni, dia punya pedang dia ada timbul api macam keluarga Shiba. Keluarga Shiba ni, kepada anda yang menonton Bleach, yang kalau ingat masa first season, masa diorang nak mula-mula pergi Soul Society, diorang naik cannon kan, ada this girl and her brother. They used to be part of the Shiba family. And another twist is bapa Ichigo Kurosaki, Ishin Kurosaki, was a Shiba, was from the Shiba clan. So whether or not one of these jokers are Ichigo's great granddad, don't know lah. Tapi interesting lah. They all got names. And then kalau anda tengok episod 7 tu, tengok cara dia orang dispatch all the Quincy's, tak kasih can, potong badan separuh, tak kasih can, muka skema. The one the girl was pakai spek besar, muka pigtail lagi, muka bodoh. She chopped somebody's head off just like that. So I'm really looking forward to see whether or not, I mean kalau kita ikut manga, kita whether or not this is just to furnish that little panel mungkin, tapi I don't think lah kot dia orang mungkin nak tunjuk lagi, because whether or not, ada orang kata lah, buat lah wayang prequel ke apa tu, whatever, is up to Kubo and the studios lah if that's gonna happen. But Bleach dah tutup kedai dah lama dah. So isu ni would have the interview yang I sebut tadi dengan Kubo, Taguchi dengan Morita. As I said, try find it in Kinokuniya if you can. My copy is on the way. Aku kena beli kat Amazon Japan. Dia tak mahal tau. Tak mahal. Dia like $3. It's as thick as a phone book because people read it and people chuck it. Because dia print pun tak cantik macam buku. Dia macam phone book. Gambar tak clear. Because orang nak baca cerita komik tu dia orang buang. So dalam satu WSG akan ada more than 10 mangas lah, stories. So macam Spy Family, sorry, I don't think Spy Family is on WSG, but so One Piece will be in there. So kalau mangaka tu minggu tu keluar, you can read it. So you can read, obviously there's no Bleach anymore lah. Okay, just a quick one. Next piece of news, manga Tokyo Revengers berakhir. Manga shonen popular oleh Wakuiken ni tamat pada minggu lepas, 16 bulan 11 2022. Berkisar, cerita ni pada anda yang tak kurang ada, berkisar budaya geng macam teenage, early 20s punya umur sekitar Tokyo. Manga ni boleh diterbitkan awal bulan Mac 2017 dan telah dibukukan sebanyak 30 jilid tankobon. Manga ini pernah memenangi Kodansha Manga Award ke-44 dalam kategori shonen, dan pernah mencapai tangga ke-9 Book of the Year anjuran majalah Da Vinci, dan manga yang ketiga laris tahun lepas dengan jualan lebih dari 24 juta naskah. So I have seen bits of this. It's 7 of 10 punya anime lah. It's like okay. I mean, tapi itulah, ada ura-ura kata ending dia tak berapa bagus. Tapi there you go, 30 tangkapan volumes. Dan thank you Wakuiken. Oh, just a little piece of trivia pada dia. Wakuiken ni dia pernah buat manga nama Shinjuku Swan. Swan as in the swan, the bird. I've heard of this IP because Shinjuku Swan dijadikan film. And it appears that Wakuiken ni memang ada pengalaman lah jadi delinquent ke whatever ke, because dalam Shinjuku Swan it centers around all the low lives living in a part of Shinjuku called Kabukicho, filled with bars, soaplands, blah blah blah. So cerita Pak Gaduh-gaduh ni dia terror lah. Okay, the last piece of news is this one. I've never heard of this until I saw this trailer. So I want to share this with you guys. It's very short. It's 59 seconds only. Okay. We'll watch. I'll shut the music. Where is it? Korang nampak kan the screen tu?
Ya, belum main lagi.
Belum. Kau kena buang muzik.
Okay. Oh, lagging.
Oh, ya ke?
Masih dah tahu. Post-apocalyptic world ke ni?
Okay, siap. I just take this off. Stop screen. What happened was, when I saw the trailer, then I saw the word production IG. I've not seen a production IG stuff for the longest time, and I was like thinking, whoa. Okay, just to give a quick rundown of what this is. Okay, this was an advertisement. What the hell? Sebaik lagu halal. Anyway, okay, sorry. So I got an advert I got this alert on YouTube. So aku tengok lah. So I was thinking, production IG. I didn't know what it was, but what they said, at first I thought it was a film, but it wasn't. It was Winter 2023, a series. So then it looks quite intriguing, and then just found out that it's actually a manga. Manga is a seinen manga. In English, it's called Heavenly Delusion. Okay, I was a bit crazy yesterday. Masa aku duk prepare for the bedah, aku saja tengok ada tak. Ada punya kat Amazon, so I just bought it to see what it's like. And I've read a couple of pages, and I'm like, it's quite engaging. So adaptasi sebuah manga seinen nukilan Ishiguro Masakazu yang mengenai sekumpulan anak muda yang mendiami sebuah fasiliti yang terasing dari dunia luar. Beg pardon. So tadi kita nampak macam hospital kan sikit. So this is 15 years after sebuah malapetaka yang melenyapkan tamadun manusia sejagat satu dunia pada tahun 2024. So the story is set in 2039. So di waktu itu tanah Jepun yang dikenali sekarang sebagai Hiruko didiami oleh what's left of the Japanese population and juga bunch of monsters, those aquatic looking monsters. So satu hari di daerah yang dahulunya dikenali sebagai Nakano di Tokyo, seorang perempuan bernama Kiroko mendapat sejebis pesanan yang memintanya untuk membawa seorang budak yang muka macam Bakugo tu bernama Maru ke Heaven. So Maru kemudiannya menjelaskan kepada Miroko yang di Heaven adanya seseorang yang menyerupai saya. So that's all we know for now. So adaptasi anime yang bakal menemui anda pada tahun depan ni dibikin production IG yang pernah membuat Ghost in the Shell, Eden of the East, Psycho Pass. So they've done quite a few futuristic animes in the past, and so saya agak yakin lah siri ni will be worth a watch. Lebih-lebih lagi jika anda peminat sci-fi jenis dystopia. So that's all I have with regard to the story. Have you heard of this IP? Why am I coughing?
No, but when I saw those walking fish monsters, right, I thought, ini ke yang Junji Ito punya, story on those apa yang strange machine yang attach themselves to all these sea creatures. It probably is not Junji Ito work, so
no, it's not my.
Yeah, so okay, maybe something original worth watching.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a seinen. I mean, seinen probably dia punya demographic. Sennen is actually seinen, shonen, and all that. It's pretty much a demographic for that. So anyway, kita sangat. So it's my fault actually, but actually dah rindu sangat buat session ni, so I just probably went over the top lah sikit. So marilah kita ke this session now. Right, reaksi satu ayat. Yes, so excited I was about this that I didn't even do a reaksi satu ayat punya overlay, so I'll take this off. So move aside, Georgie. We want to see Fiona. So what's yours, Shaz?
Aku first time tengok Anya mengamuk. That was the best lah. We'll talk about that in the third one, but that was the bullet. Oh, dia punya reaction dia. That was the best.
Aku lupa. Aku reaction tu was for the later bit, but it was for that bit because dia macam, wui, muka dia. Anyway. Okay. Let's see your reaction satu ayat. Oh, God.
Fiona, berikan aku setitis kasihmu.
Lagi. Oi, asal baik lagu for you. Tak tahu lagu for you to see boleh kena copyright strike. Anyway.
Wait. One more. Tak boleh continue because takut copyright strike. One more word to describe apa this whole 6 episodes. Suki. It was priceless. Muka stone cold. Tapi dia suka. I
love you. Betul. Kamera pusing kau.
Mata dia pink terus. Wih.
Dia kan kalau cerita ni dubbing in Melayu kan, aku akan suruh aktor tu cakap apa tau? Cayang eja CAYUNK.
Cayang papa foja.
Gila punya loser gila punya. Oh my. So 180 from the first impression.
Yeah. The creator of Spy Family kan stated that how much he hates Anya kan.
Oh yeah.
He states that he hates Anya, but I think he loves Fiona because you don't give this woman kan such crazy ass mentality kan if you don't invested in her now. And I think she is one of the favorite characters yang dibuat lah because my god, muka tak bikin apa sifat langsung tau apa. She's the misunderstood character and I just love it.
Yeah,
and she's like
very poker face kan?
Yeah, very poker face. She's the myth character without the beef points.
Tapi that was because Lloyd suruh dia buat macam tu.
Yelah. Dia cinta. Dia percaya. Yes, I'm going to pegang kata-kata kau. Nanti kau akan tengok ada setengah scene later on episode. Anything that Lloyd does, touches or whatever, Fiona. Anyway, jomlah kita terus ke segmen kita yang pertama, which is episode 19. Okay, dendam terhadap keluarga Damien Desmond. So episode yang menampakkan kuasa Desmond Group di dunia korporat. Ianya diambil dari volume 5, chapter 28. Betul ke? Yes. Nanti salah. Memalukan saya saja. So, let's start. Oh, Andri hilang, bagi kat you lah. So kita diperkenalkan dengan Georgie Gluman, watak baru siri ni, yang merupakan salah seorang classmate kepada Anya, Becky dan Damien. Apa pendapat anda tentang pendedahan bahawa beliaulah sumber pencerobohan Eden Academy oleh ejen separuh masa Daybreak or Shinonome tempoh hari? Were you expecting this?
I totally tak expect it will be a classmate yang hire. Dah lah classmate yang tak cukup kaya in comparison to Damien family kan. So macam
that would explain. Dia tak cukup kaya. That's the only thing you can afford is that guy lah.
Yeah, because you tak cukup kaya, so your butler is not as good. So last you dapat orang pelik macam ni lah. Oh, you looking for spy? Saya lah spy. So like, but I mean, it fits dengan the character because the budak tu macam very, I mean dah lah nama dia Glooman, which is close to gloomy. Kan, dia pun macam tak ada harapan, kecewa hidup. Lepas ni aku dah tak boleh dah hidup dengan korang. Disebabkan aku sekarang lepas ni dah miskin, tak boleh afford sekolah kat sini. Dia tak tanya bapak dia pun. Dia terus assume the worst, habis dah aku miskin lah. Lepas ni kau akan dicampak ke kawasan orang miskin. Kena beg for life and everything. Alah, budak ni over imaginative generation. Lepas tu pergi peras semua member-member kan. But I think the best scene was when they all said goodbye to him lah. Siap menyanyi lah betul semua tu. I was like thinking, okay, what is the punchline? What is the punchline? Oh yeah. Punchline dia lucu gila sial.
Gila je memalukan.
So datang balik sekolah. Orang semua pandang kan. Siapa dia minta balik? Bayar balik aku duit.
Dalam apa Damien bagi his pencil box something like that. Yang ada pen.
Pencil box yang mahal.
Mahal kan?
Bagi balik barang yang aku bagi dulu.
Tapi yang best kau tengok gambar overlay aku tangkap yang is quite small lah. Anya bagi apa?
Daun kering.
Dia bagi daun. Dan aku dah tak ada mana. Dah ambil je lah. It's the thought that counts.
I found it by the roadside. Andri, have you got anything to add?
Ya, saya every episode kan makin kuat niat saya nak drop kick apa Anya kat muka tau. Everything that she touches kan buat sakit hati ke. I can understand the creators of this show tau. Memang dia benci. Aku memang benci pun juga.
Please stay on as a panelist because I don't have anybody else to be doing this session.
So, Ani will stay because sebab ada Yor dengan Frost sekarang.
Yeah, okay. I hope that nasib baik Fiona Frost sudah datang. Nasib baiklah Fiona Frost sudah datang.
And don't forget, Becky still ada niat kuat nak jadi stepmom Anya. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
How are you going to resolve that, man?
Itulah.
Dia kan cakap kan, I want to be your stepmom kan. Dia kata, darling Lloyd, something like that.
Anyway, since you're on screen at the moment, so walaupun akhirnya kesemua ni adalah salah faham Georgie tentang hal-ehwal dunia korporat syarikat ayah dia, adakah langkah Desmond Group yang membantu from financial or in fact taking over gonna help with the financial of Glooman Pharmaceutical satu perhitungan politik di belakang tabir atau hanya satu plot point yang coincidental untuk kita melihat Anya menghadiahkan Georgie daun kering tepi jalan? What's your thoughts?
Okay, you have to understand kan, in the military industrial complex kan, when it comes to preparing for war kan, two things you need tau. Weapons development and of course medical supplies tau. During World War I kan, the key people who got rich fast kan are the bankers who actually took over all these companies kan yang buat ubat, antiseptic, kapas, you know, because they know during the times of war kan, people are going to buy this and not necessarily use it, just buy it and stock banyak-banyak because of the fear tau. They're going to need it when they're affected by the war. It's like the time when people hoarding for toilet paper. Masa dekat Singapore, kat Malaysia, even kat US kan, because of the logistic punya problems of price hikes and everything. So it is a good move by the Desmond family kan to actually acquire all these companies prior to start of a possible war, because it's not just the occurrence of an actual war, even the gara-gara kind of an actual war happening, breaking out and will push up prices of all these supplies, and it actually increase supply faster than oil and food now, because the fear of you not having these items during the times of war and die makes you spend money unnecessarily. So yeah, in the real world sense kan, it is a strategic action by a group, whether they're in power in the government or not, to actually deepen their pockets makes perfect sense lah. So the Grumman Pharmaceuticals kan taking over kan as by Desmond Group is probably the start of something big for East Australia. Whether the peace talks works out or not, it's good money for them lah.
Kalau kita tengok in general, diorang punya, tak dengar aku tu. Okay, basically in general, kalau kita tengok the timing of the takeover, it wasn't a hostile takeover. It was just a company that was running low on funds. They know what they're supposed to do, tapi mungkin of one or two decision or cancel orders, so duit tu dah tak masuk. So dia ada masalah duit rolling. So in a moment of they need to sell it or something, desperation, dia cari Damien punya company, they buy over, saya install lagi as managing director. So sebenarnya it's just a refunding punya proses. Dia bagi duit, you buat everything as usual, tapi you just do the good things lah, jangan buat mistake lagi lah, itu je lah. So in other words, it's actually a very straightforward business takeover untuk buat business, buat profit lah. Dia siap bagi orang-orang yang sama bekerja, just keep on doing what you do. Dia tak ada macam you're fired, you dah tak boleh buat macam ni, you kena tukar this business punya fokus apa. No, it was just a strictly business punya scenario. But kalau aku nak teka lah, we will see more of this purchase later on through some visit lah. Mungkin Grumman bawa the group pergi ke company that company ke tengok ke, because it does expand the possibility of that. So instead of just visiting Damien punya family and Becky punya family punya companies, they might go to a smaller company first. So over time, they orang dapat lah explore the entire Damien punya connection from multiple perspective lah, dari segi politik dengan financial. Commute kudo.
Yeah, aku baru nak pasang. I agree with you because I think it's just a straightforward business. I mean, just because it's owned by the Desmond Group doesn't mean that every single thing they do has to be nefarious. Because kadang-kadang nak juga kita pun mengharap lah juga kan, there's some, katalah they show a certain thing in the plot. Could this be that? Could this be this? And now 21 episodes on, nothing has, even yang macam, even the fact that we had that daybreak punya stupid spy tu pun, is this something else punya budak kecil dia yang buat, right? Tapi I'm not saying that we are not going to be seeing any serious action or events. Ada. In fact, aku baru baca the last one in couple of hours. Not the last one, the penultimate one, because masa aku baca tu dia kata in 7 hours time the latest chapter will come out on Shonen Jump. At the moment, something is happening which is really serious, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cerita ni tak adalah macam in the end dah tak ada cerita, kita buat cerita beli anjing ke, beli anak patung ke, tak adalah. There are things happening. If it's not to do with Twilight being a spy, it may be to do with the fact that characters like Anya is associated with anak-anak kepada bigwigs in Berlin. So tadi ada komen, no, there wasn't a comment. Anyone, but I'll give it to you if you want to start first. So this is the third act of the surprising mini chapter. I think I've looked everywhere. Dalam manga, even in the future ones, I can't recall this. it sounds familiar but I can't recall it. So dah siapa dalam chat yang kata this is from whatever, if it's from volume 9 yang tak keluar lagi dalam physical format, susah agak nak cari dalam Shonen Jump. This bit of gang mama you mesti cepat bertindak. So apakah perasaan anda dengan this sketsa ringkas yang menampilkan ketangkasan you sebagai seorang assassin rahsia untuk menunaikan tanggungjawab beliau sebagai seorang ibu? I mean, it's kind of like neither here nor there actually this sketch, but what's your opinion?
Your forger.
Itu sajalah.
No, forger. Defender of Universe. This is also one of the characters yang dia kata memang suka daripada Anya lah. She makes her such a badass lah. Even her idiot mentality kan. It's not enough for us to hate her tau.
Hate her, no.
No. It's very simple for you to make a likable character. Make them stupid and make them very strong. Because dia punya efforts kan will be an earnest way for them to gain points from you. And I think this is what the character's been doing with her character lah. Saori Hayami is a great seiyuu. She brings life to this character. And she doing all this parkour, athletic, Batman level punya athletics kan. It's just like some, what you call that, it's just her plot material lah. To make her the most likable female in this series lah. So it's basically an eye candy episode of Yor when she hantar barang tu dekat apa Anya. And of course Anya when terima that package, right? Oh, actually today I don't have gym today. So you memang feel the hatred apa yang the creators wait for Anya lah, because Yor is doing all these things for her, right? And last tak jadi. And it's all actually calculated lah. I mean, she could have just put it on the bed kan and took out the stuff kan untuk indicating she doesn't need it kan. But no, she just put it on the table. Buat tengok macam itu lupa lah. So the creator is just making apa Anya like the selfish little bitch that she is, that the creator wants.
Suspicious minds betul lah. Dia tak ada kena-kena kot. Tak apa-apa.
I hate her.
Kelak
Give me more
penyokong.
Give me more black belt.
Give your ball back, Chaz. Nothing
was
much.
something that watching that episode masa tu kita tak nampak, but watching it or thinking balik 2 episodes later after semalam punya episode, that comedy scene was sketsa was actually very important because it shows that Yor is doing her own things.
Yes.
Not just bawa pergi shopping, bawa pergi makan-makan, pergi dog. The fact that she acted on her own to make sure anak dia punya needs are met shows that she actually cares for Anya.
Yeah.
Because that was above and beyond tau. Macam like, why would you even like macam, rush all the way to school, gila-gila and like, you could just like, call the school, minta maaf, Anya tertinggal baju dia, harap jangan dipunish. That kind of thing. She took the effort to run all the way to school. Dah lah tak tahu jalan ke mana. Lari naik bumbung pula tu, So, it builds up on the relationship antara Yor dengan Anya. So, that's why bila Anya punya reaction in episode 21 kan, oh saya sayang family ni, blah blah. So, Yor terasa lah because her efforts are now being acknowledged by Anya, although the circumstances was disebabkan benda lain, but Yor doesn't know that kan. So it was actually a strong character development. Or okay, it might be not development, dia re-emphasize on her character punya ni.
Yes.
But done in a comedic way, cuma kita tak perasan it was important at that point in time.
Yeah, I mean because we've had a few, in fact, ketiga episode yang kita akan bincang ini pun, each of them has the fillers. I will just describe a bit more about fillers when we get to it. Also in the past, Bedah pun everyone had a filler from the manga. I have now a very strong feeling that by the end of this core, we'll have a fully filler filled yang from manga, yang pain in the ass tu. Because yang I know I've been going on about this because tapi yang tu panjang tau. Dia tak boleh buat macam this 5 minute, 10 minute job. You have it will be like the Penguin episode. So watch out for that. Okay, so let's have a couple of comments from chat. Kategori The Great mengata, ya Anya bagi daun dia. Yelah.
Aku serius gelak-gelak bahak tau macam tengok that guy. Ya, daun.
You know what's really fucked up? That daun kan macam daun pokok getah kering tau. It's not even a maple leaf or something. It's daun pokok getah.
The daun that I saw on the road dah. Okay lah, hope you remember me lah. Oh tapi kan, just nak tambahkan. We had a friend yang masa aku main Warhammer semua tu. We had a friend yang kita kenal living for America. Dia budak Arab lah. Arab tapi cakap English lah. So everybody macam like, okay, everybody gave one Space Marine model to him. Okay. Dia punya menangis aku tu. Sampai sekarang dia simpan model-model tu tau. Because sebab dia kenal kita masa sekolah, dia main everything, although he got bullied in the game a lot, but because he made a lot of good friends and memories. So everyone gave one of our hand-painted models to him. It meant a lot. And unlike gloomy man ni, dia tak datang balik lah. Dia duduk kat US.
Shit, tengah makan caviar doh. Makan caviar. Anyway, komen kayak gitu kategori The Great, kita kelas sukan tak ada hari ni. Lagi satu komen, sorry kepada Zulfadli, ni komen ni patut dijawab masa kita discuss bahagian anime news. Habis dah rupanya Tokyo Revengers ni, tak pernah baca lagi. Jika anda nak baca kat internet secara tengok je lah, baca je lah. Tapi kalau nak beli, just be cautious lah. Because ada orang kata kadang-kadang cerita dia macam melalut sikit. Because it's not really, it was really hype masa mula-mula dia keluar dulu, tapi later on dia dah macam jadi macam ni. Kau cerita ni dia macam sci-fi / fantasy sikit tau. Dia set in the real world, tapi it involve time loops. So and then it starts to go a bit funny whatever, but anyway, so that's that. So sekarang kita dah ke pengakhiran episod ke-19. Mari kita ke segmen seterusnya. So, episod 20. Siasatan di Hospital Besar Berlin. So, episod yang memperkenalkan kita dengan detektif No Akuma Anya Foggia, dan lebih penting lagi Cik Fiona Frost dari volume 5 bab ke-29. So, selamat kembali ke Hospital Besar Berlin. So, after the swimming episode incident, we are back at the hospital. So, adakah anda kagum dengan Twilight yang mempunyai cover? Actually, tak. I'll give this as a soalan pautan. I totally forgot. Apakah pandangan anda tentang your punya decision to not bring Anya along for her show my daughter what I do for a living?
Aku rasa, honestly, I mean, that is of course the sensible punya decision lah. But most of people who are fans of Anya mesti makan tergelak-gelak. Please lah, bawa. Salah kan? All of them are like laughing when they saw, Anya lari sekali. Okay, we need to do this. Okay, so they ikut lari. Like, oh my god. All the Anya fans mesti like, wow. Now we get to see ninja Anya. Dalam tak jadi apa-apa.
Tapi kan, dalam dream sequence tu, dalam manga dia sebut ni, aku tak tahu dia cakap dalam anime tak. Dia kata, tak apa, kita cakap dekat Papa, we went to a tomato festival. Dia sebut tak?
Yes.
Because darah-darah tu kan. Because dia nak macam tipu. Dia nak tipu juga. Tak apa, kita tipu. Tapi because Anya dah boleh baca her mind. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Betul. Masa dia repeat question dekat Lloyd, yada because diorang malas nak suruh dia ulang balik the same question. So Anyway, I don't want to. Andri, have you got anything to add to the not dream sequence, but the your punya career sequence?
Okay, Yor is, like I said, possibly one of the favorite characters of the creator. She made her this dumb and dishonest on purpose lah. So when you see her mentality kan, it's like, oh my god, she cannot lie to save her own ass tau. So yeah, the decision to just tolong all the thing to Lloyd kan is actually part of a brilliant move lah to stay in character as the Forger's maternal character lah. Because if Lloyd dapat tahu kan apa yang dia bawa Anya pergi on one of her hit missions kan, there's no returning back from that lah.
And then it'll expose you all to Lloyd lah. And then tapi itulah which one yang akan berlaku dahulu, whether pendedahan kepada Lloyd that she is an assassin without her knowing that he's a spy, because kalau tahu serentak tu lain cerita juga jadinya. Yang tu jangan jadi macam Mr. and Mr. Smith.
I'm going to take a bet. We're going to find out apa at the same time, because if either of them can found out first,
it'll make it more interesting. I think if it's at the same time,
they will kill each other. They will kill each other unless they found out both at the same time, and this is apa spontan.
Yeah, and one more thing, I think we are aware of the I dulu tak nak sebut nama ni, tapi because dah sebut sekali lagi dalam this episode, dalam dream sequence tu, because she has referred to her boss as the shopkeeper.
Yep.
The shopkeeper is a very smart person, so I have a feeling he knows. But he's playing the game lah to say, okay, at the moment there's no reason for her to know because she doesn't know. And at the moment Lloyd tak kacau dia ke apa, kalau dia tahulah. Tapi I'll be surprised if he doesn't, because he's quite shrewd. He's very shrewd. We'll see what he looks like later on, but I don't think it'll be in this score. It'll be in season 2 in a few years time. So sorry lah. Anyway, back to Shaz. Selamat kembali ke hospital bersama Lee. So the question I wanted to ask you originally was, adakah anda kagum dengan Twilight mempunyai cover untuk tugasan sebenar beliau sebagai seorang pengintip, stylist, dengan menggunakan sebuah hospital besar sebenar di Berlin sebagai lokasi tempat pekerjaan beliau? You know, it's not like a makeshift hospital, it's an actual hospital. Macam aku spy untuk Thailand, betul aku boleh kerja hospital besar KL. Sorry Thailand, I mean I'm just using an example.
The hospital is impressive, tapi honestly kan, it felt a bit stretched. Macam mampu ke dia cover this kind of line?
Itulah masalahnya. Itulah.
I mean, dia bukan surgical doctor. Dia psychological doctor. So, it's something that is within his training punya field. Yes, psychology. How to use psychology to break people down. So, because of that, secara tak langsung, dia dah belajar what makes people tick. The thing is, dia officially tengah buat research paper tau. Tapi, kita tak pernah tengok dia buat research paper tu. So, will that be one of the way his cover is blown later in the future?
Aku rasa ni, masa dia belah dia pergi mission dia, apa dia akan cakap kat colleagues dengan human resources, okay, I gotta go, I'm doing my research, and then dia pergi buat mission. I'm sure Wise will have some people to write this paper for him. Here's your research paper, bring it back.
Could lah, because kalau kita tahu for all those yang dah masuk university, college and whatnot, yang telah buat final year thesis and whatever, masters or doctorate punya level degree, you must always keep in touch with fellow academics, or kalau untuk yang degree holders yang nak buat paper dia kan, with your supervisor lah, which is established punya lecturer, and they all pun akan approve your entire ni. So that means either he had fake credentials, or they might actually have an entire line of staff who are equally as good as him and deep into this undercover. That means dia dah betul-betul fake doctor, researcher, sebab kita tengok Fiona pun is a fake nurse and whatnot kan. Or he is really doing the paper and submitting macam you kata tadi, agency level punya fake writers ni, every time dia akan submit. So aku tak tahu, I feel like it feels a bit odd that dia punya social skills is very good. Yes, kita tak boleh doubt. Tapi macam the rest of the staff tu macam percaya dia sangat. I don't know, I mean that is overthinking for a comedy lah, but I feel like the hospital itself will be a major plot point further down the road. Maybe not now, sebab now it's just comedy punya portion. But later down the road, who knows, there will be like some expose ataupun dia akan ada some major confrontation dengan orang kata, so kalau point ini, what is your opinion, Dr. Lloyd, Dr. Forger, about this scenario dalam paper you tengah research? Member tak boleh jawab, komentar kudul.
Which bring tadi aku duduk makan tu, so aku duduk mute. Aku makan ni krup krap tak nak kacau kau punya train of thought. Krup krap aku mute. Anyway, which brings me to the film with by Spielberg, Catch Me If You Can. I Conquer. What do you mean, Doctor? I Conquer. Yeah, you conquer with what? I Conquer. Have you watched that? Catch Me If You Can. It's about a guy who forges, dia penipu. He is now, it's based on a guy called Frank Ekbenale, who's now actually working for the FBI. He pretty much helped the FBI tangkap forgers and detect forgeries, because he was bored out of his mind. He started becoming a pilot, getting paid as a pilot, tapi kalau you just Google lah kalau nak tahu how he does it. Daripada tu he started doing checks, faking checks, to the point that when he finally got caught. So when he got caught, they told him that you are very good. We'll make you a deal. You work for us, and we'll catch other people like you. And sampai hari ni
banyak hackers yang dia orang tangkap by the FBI or CIA sebenarnya get recruited in the end. Itu je.
Yeah, because rugi tak ambil dia orang punya skill. Because funnily enough, it's Frank, that guy. Aku tengok YouTube, daripada dia lah aku belajar belanja my sundries, macam pergi supermarket ke, pakai credit card. Tapi make sure bukan pasal tak ada duit, pasal ada kebaikan dia tau, improve your credit rating. Dan satu, if you don't use macam orang cakap, aku ada credit card tapi aku every time aku tak pakai. By doing that, you'll not improve your credit rating in the future, so that people don't want to lend you money, because mama ni bukan pinjam duit pun. Tapi kalau kau takut riba ke apa, bayar full lah. So aku ada duit, aku tak ada duit, tapi aku pakai credit card, and so bayar. Bayar. Tapi kena disiplin lah.
Kau bayar sebelum, so you get zero interest sebab kau ada zero balance.
Yes. So Frank Ekbenale, that was one of his useful life hack that I use now. Oh, actually, sorry. I meant to. I've not asked you about this hospital thing. What are your thoughts about the cover?
I think the cover is a brilliant cover. Excellent writing by the team actually now. If you think about hospital punya science kan, departments kan, psychology is not one of the most sought of medical treatment you actually want to go to find in the hospital. I mean, kalau you pergi macam hospital kan, you pergi doktor mata atau doktor nephrology, you have a long line of waiting list tau. But when it comes to psychology kan, you have a long line, but people are very hesitant nak jumpa doktor because of the stigma kan. Oh, if I'm seeing a psychologist kan, that means I'm crazy or have some sort of mental illness, and a lot of people do not want to confront with that situation. So it gives Lloyd kan hospital science to be in a hospital and yet not so involved, because you see the hospital admin kan won't even have representative kan from the psychological department tau. It was masa Anya escape kan, they had a lot of doctors talk kan. No one from the psychological department was represented because a lot of them don't think that psychology is a valid hospital service, hospital science. Macam how a lot of people kan, macam they have marital issues, they do not want to go seek marriage counselling because they say, oh, it's actually, I don't have a problem with the marriage, it's you, or it's you, not me. But it's a stigma. So they use that stigma kan to make them relevant to the hospital, yet not so relevant enough to be involved in the activities of the hospital. So they're there and they can do their own shit now. So if anyone wants to do a psychological evaluation kan at that hospital with Lloyd kan, Wes could just either give hantar an agent kan, cover as a patient kan, and then they work on an alibi or something just to make the activity lancar lah a bit. So this cover actually works, and you see lah, Fiona is not actually a nurse, she's the assistant to the professor. So basically she's also a doctorate of some sort tau. The nurse kan are the ones who are the floor operators tau, yang be there 24 hours tau. She is there to cover Floyd kan whenever he's out. So whenever there's a request for medical psychological treatment kan, most of the time kan probably Frost yang buat tau. Yeah, so it's actually a valid cover. You are working in a position of both strength and weakness kan, so that you're there for your alibi at least lah.
I mean, yeah, I agree with both your points, but I also got a few bits just now rectify slightly because I don't expect people to know anyway. Lloyd's cover is a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist lain daripada psychologist. Psychologist dia macam, psychologist is more into like behavioral problems. For example, like you go see a psychologist for kids with ADHD ke, atau orang yang jenis macam ada obsessive compulsive behavior, jenis I need to check my door 27 times, only then I know because then they'll get behavioral therapy, blah blah. Psychiatrist basically is a branch of medicine yang memang to do with the mind, in the sense that it's diseased. So when you talk about psychiatrist, yang dicakap orang not very nice way is orang gila. So basically Tanjung Rambutan, that kind of thing, the doctors there are psychiatrists. In the West, a lot of psychiatric units are now separate from the general hospital units, but it had been, for example, I've seen it before, that you do have a macam hospital biasa kita pergi HKL, ni perbidanan, yang ni patah tulang, yang ni, it's all like in the big same building, but because of the nature of some psychiatric patients, they tend to not have them in the same compound. Depends, and obviously as you can see, Lloyd tends to have just patients coming in, and like you rightly so, Henry, probably like how to make him look like he has patients. Why hantar lah every now and then 2-3 orang, I'm here to see Dr. Forger, so buatlah fake whatever, because otherwise susah dia nak maintain, because dia punya point pun dia nak intercept, katalah bapa Damien masuk hospital kan, but obviously if bapa dia masuk hospital pasal heart attack, he's a psychiatrist, what can he do? But at least he'll be in the same hospital, he can, and again too, from my reading, Fiona is not a nurse, she is the assistant, personal assistant, clerk, or whatever you call it, basically admin stuff. Where's Dr. Forger? Dr. Forger's away on a course, that thing. So there'll be later on, there'll be a few shenanigans in the hospital. There'll be, you'll see how they work with Fiona, and so that's why it's important for Lloyd to be friendly with his staff and other colleagues, so that diorang tak mendatangkan syak wasangka, benda yang macam dia kata, Papa main golf, dia tak kerja. Bukan pasal bapak dia malas, bapak dia nak make sure orang tak katalah aku ni, oh, is he a real doctor? I never see him. So they rather have him in the unit lah. So that's what Lloyd does. I'm gonna bring you back. So tanpa menggunakan apa yang anda sudah tahu tentang beliau dari episod 21, which is next episode, apakah tanggapan awal anda tentang Fiona Frost, pembantu Dr. Lloyd Forger di Hospital Berlin? I think we've mentioned about her a couple of things, but did you have any first impressions or not when you saw her?
Obviously when I see her kan, I think she was a coup d'etat character tau.
Oh ya, coup d'etat apa? Coup d'etat apa?
It's like Ray Ayanami tau. Tak ada banyak sangat emotion on the face, but actually a person who thinks a lot on matter lah, basically. It's like the face is calm, the mind is in turmoil lah. And I'm correct. Suki. Perfect.
Because dalam episod 20 ni dia macam dia sebut satu benda je. Tapi masalahnya the way that they've introduced her, kita tahu she's part of the ni because kertas tu tulis top secret. Lepas tu macam dah bagi tahu, tapi tak apalah. Tapi it doesn't matter. But she was only there for a short bit lah. Yeah. So anyway, aku looking forward.
I just want to ask question. Dia punya seiyuu kan, is her seiyuu from Origairu?
I'm going to talk about her afterwards.
Yeah, because I think there's a running joke about that lah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about her in the next episode. In the next section. Yeah. Okay. So kita sekarang. Oh, let me see. I think I'll go. No, we'll go to the next question lah. Okay. This is also another, from the looks of it, really fresh from the farm kind of filler lah. As I said, I got a feeling they're doing these fillers to pace the story because kita ada ni dah episod 21, kita ada 4 episod lagi. And I think because I think I mentioned it in the last call punya bedah, they want to end it on this particular note. So tapi feels like macam sayang lah juga, tapi kalau tidak, apa yang berlaku di hujung core ni akan jadi next week. So okay, then lepas tu macam mana aku nak sambung cerita dia, and then takut tak banyak sangat cerita nak sambung for season 2. So anyway, top secret, percubaan mentafsir kod rahsia Anya. Okay, apakah pendapat anda tentang gara-gara Frankie yang berhempas pulas untuk mentafsir kod rahsia yang sebenarnya only came from a cartoon? Frankie ni pun satu
sedih lah. Sedih. I mean this guy kan is he wants to have a girlfriend so bad that as a field agent kan, all his training, all his mental preparation kan goes out the window tau. Dia ingat budak ni kan kasih macam code kan kat dia, so he can translate. He thinks that it's because some girl is interested in him and give him that code challenge tau. I mean, if I were Miss Sylvia Sherwood, right, I would just open a budget kan untuk dia pergi nightclub atau pergi melacur, something like that. His mind on track lah, because him being this gersang kan it's not good for the operations lah.
Sangat.
Yeah.
Shaz, have you got anything? This bit of the episode is, for me, is so non-bedah worthy, but we'll just quickly mention it lah. So what you got any thoughts when we watch this bit? The top secret messages?
Aku rasa aku agree dengan Andy at this point. Dia dah terlampau desperate, dia benda yang so far out, tak ada kaitan langsung pun, kau boleh anggap, wow, someone wants to meet me. So like, I think there's not much to say. That was just pure comedy relief lah.
Yeah lah, itulah just to ni. Okay, let's see what we have from chat. There I did see a few things. Yeah, category the great. undercover sebab kalau ada isu Desmond family buat kesihatan mental, not just mental, as long as they go into hospital, at least he's in the same building, all he needs is access. As you can see, a lot of points in the office dia boleh access ke ni to other parts of hospital. As you can see from this other big comment by category again, Anya jadi hantu waktu wakar psikologi tengah mesyuarat. Orang tengah mesyuarat, mari habiskan mesyuarat ni. Yeah, that was dangerous. I mean, she could have gotten stuck there for good, but yeah, anyway. Right. Okay, so mari kita ke segmen terusnya. In fact, segmen yang terakhir, episod 21. Okay, before we start talking about this, yes, just about Andri mentioning about the seiyuu for Fiona Frost, which is Ayane Sakura, or nama nickname dia, or Ayane kepada sim Ayane seperti saya. She's quite famous as well. Seiyuu terkenal, kesukaan ramai peminat. She hosts an internet radio program di laman onsen.ag, which is a internet radio station bertemakan anime, game, seiyuu. Nama program dia Sakura Toshtai Onishi, bersama another Saori, also seiyuu, Onishi Saori. Just a bit of trivia, she's known to be a simp to Hanazawa Kana. She's pretty much she's in Gotobun no Hanayome, or quintessential quintuplets. I mean, that's not the only show that she's in with Hanazawa Kana, but she's very open about her simping. In fact, when Hanazawa Kana gotten married to Ono Kensho, the other seiyuu yang aku cerita jadi the Jojo guy in episode yang mana pink tu, Giorno Giovanna tu, dia macam still in denial, dia tak kahwin lagi, atau jealous dia, kurang ajar, malam-malam boleh tidur dengan dia. I mean, I think she's in Psychopath. I mean, like I remember Hanazawa Kana was in Psychopath. I think so was Ayaneru. But Ayaneru is a younger seiyuu, but she's adalah Hana Kana probably about 30 plus. Ayaneru is probably late 20s or early 30s. She's that kind of age. So she's older than the likes of, say, the voice for Nezuko, for example, which is Kito Akari. She's probably either younger sikit kot daripada Hayami Saori. So yes, you are right. She is the voice of Ishiki Iroha from Oregairu.
Iroha, yeah. Okay, it's a running joke because in Oregairu, right, Iroha can always get confessed. Dia rasa dia always get confessed by Lloyd's VA Hachiman character. Every time Hachiman cakap dengan dia, she would turn him down, say, "Oh, are you hitting on me? I'm sorry, I'm not interested." And then give some bullshit excuse lah. And then in this story kan, it's the other way around. Dia pula yang suka Hachiman. So it's a running joke among these two tau. They suka tak suka, suki tak suki tau. So it's a running joke.
Hari tu aku bagi kau a little meme from, that was obviously fan-drawn lah, yang Naoto Yama. Naoto Yama is the other girl. Not yang nama what did I say? Yui. Nama dia Yui kan. Yang dia berkata, imagine if this was Yui, if she voices what's her name, Anya's real mother. Dia kata, remember 5 years ago? So the three of them can come back together. Tapi ini dah ada Ayane Sakura, dah boleh jadi reunion dah for Oregairu. And she's also Nakano Yotsuba from Gotobu no Hanayome or Quintessential Quintuplets, dan juga Uraraka Ojako from My Hero Academia. Okay, onwards to the first question of this episode. Siapakah Nightfall or Tobari? Actually, masa aku nak buat the ni aku sajalah put the kanji into the Girl. The only kanji I know are very few lah. So the translator, the kanji actually says, Yoru Tobari. So there's 2 words. It means night veil. So but they just call her veil. So I think in Japanese, by looking at that, kalau cakap veil, apa cakap veil je cukup lah. So pretty much the English translation feels more accurate. So let's bring it to, I'm gonna bring it to you lah, since you are sim. Fiona tiba ke kediaman keluarga Forger tanpa diundang. Apakah spekulasi anda tentang tindakan beliau sesuatu yang dijangkakan atau tidak? I mean, there's so many other ways she could have done to. Or what? Well, do you think there was an ulterior motive that she had to come to the house? Silakan.
Of course, there's an ulterior motive.
Tapi how far is he going to go?
Okay, let's put this to perspective tau. Before dia pergi kat apartment Lloyd jumpa your Forger, right? She was in the office with Miss Sherwood, and she disobeyed her direct orders kan in her office inside the embassy tau. So she has her own agenda. Sherwood is no slouch. She knows that she's going there for her own benefit. Takut she will compromise Operation Strix. And from everyone's reaction kan, I think she is basically the female form of Twilight. I mean, if not a much more leaner, vicious version of Twilight tau. I mean, being a woman kan, she probably has to do something to be this fearsome in her industry tau. When she walk, people make space.
Yeah?
Twilight kan is the best agent, but people gather around him. She serves under Twilight as dia punya assistant, maybe replacement if something happens to Twilight now, and they are afraid of her. So it indicates something kan, that her level of expertise in the spy hierarchy kan is pretty high tau. Even Miss Sherwood kan was calling out for her kan, she didn't stop, because if you want to stop me kan, you should do it tau, or risk do something tau. So you can see a lot of things kan, that this is not someone you should mess with. I don't know if she's stronger than Yor, because Yor is actually a combat type of person, being an assassin. But I think she could actually challenge Yor lah. She doesn't have to be stronger than Yor. She has to be strong enough to defeat or kill Yor. So yeah, she's there for her own personal mission, which is actually to see her darling Suki Lloyd Forger.
Itulah. Because kita pun tak tahu whether or not is she, macam dia mungkin tak terfikir lagi, aku datang sini, tak apalah, we'll play as we go along. You know, aku belum fikir macam, is she going to really like kill the wife, or is she going to just be cool about it and just macam whatever lah, and let's hope I bump into Lloyd. Shaz?
Oh yeah, before that right, Shaz, one more thing nak cakap. Suki
La ilaha illallah.
Cannot let go.
Okay, Shaz.
I found it very funny that dia punya nama was Nightfall and the person dia suka is Twilight. Macam dia sengaja je kan. What happens after Nightfall is Twilight. So it's like, and where you find Twilight is after Nightfall. Macam wow, kau punya suki sangat dengan dia tu sampai dia suruh okay,
Twilight dulu baru Nightfall. Lepas tu baru Daybreak. Twilight dulu baru Nightfall. Lepas tu Daybreak.
Nightfall lah. Lepas malam baru kau dapat Twilight.
Twilight is senja dah. Twilight is senja. Nightfall malam lah. Okay, anyway.
Dia punya that is how sampai nama dia punya nickname pun nak bagi dekat-dekat tau. And dia take anything that Lloyd says tu as macam gospel tau. Agent must not show emotion. Okay, I will maintain a poker face for the rest of my life. Wow, macam overreaction betul ni. Dia we can draw parallel lah. Dia macam siapa nama adik Yor. In the sense that dia ni dua-dua ni macam like, oh kita muka public macam ni tapi ada muka kat belakang tu hati dia macam wow doki-doki, suki everything. And then when they try to win points, they actually end up losing points. Of course, dengan Lloyd punya reaction is very macam like apa pasal kau ni kau buat apa kat sini kan? Whereas yours is more like, hey, my brother is still here, blah 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 blah. But they are clearly competent people being put into a compromising punya scenario disebabkan of dia punya uncontrollable, love for dia punya counterpart, which is quite hilarious lah. Aku rasa dari segi dia punya agenda tu, her only agenda is to be equal to Nightfall. That's why she's taking on all kinds of things. So that sebab dia akan rasa macam kalau aku nak, if I want to be your Twilight punya equivalent, I must be as good as him lah. And to be as good as him is to proceed and complete more and more missions lah. Itu je. Walhal dia tak perasan that that dia punya demeanor and all that is also plays an important part lah dari segi dia punya ability.
Apa, since you are on the screen, I'm just going to go on to the next question. Actually, soalan ni dua part, tapi I'll give you the first part lah. I think it fits the fact that I'm going to give the second part of this question to Andri. So, apakah perasaan anda menonton ping-pong match antara monolog atau komentar dalaman Fiona dengan reaksi Anya yang membaca the mind of Fiona at the same time? Because as you can see from, there's two sort of things. One of an inner monologue because tak guna punya mak, kalau aku buat macam ni. Ataupun masa dia talking in code yang dia jadi pening tengok, dia duk cakap kat supermarket ada ubi tapi dia punya makna tu lain. So what's your like take on this? Bukanlah take, what do you feel?
I found it very funny because you get to see how Anya views how dia punya mind reading is shown in a very dramatic, overly, macam budak sekolah rendah fantasize or romanticize love and emotion tau. It's very macam rainbows and flowers, love flying around, bunga-bunga and everything, mata dia macam wow suki. So that is Anya punya perspektif of how she is reading benda tu. Whereas kalau mungkin adult, kalau dia read the mind macam like wow, dia punya emotion kat jantung dia is very strong, meaning mesti dia suka. But Anya looks at it completely like dengan animationnya, dengan semua dia punya electricity keluar semua tu, all that is probably her imagination lah. Memang tak ada lightning keluar kan, but still that's how she interprets the signals and the clash antara what is said and what is truly in her heart lah.
Kau perasan tak? Aku tak tahu whether aku baru perasan. Whenever she reads minds, there is an animated twinkle of lights around the head of Anya tau. Tapi dulu when she does it, aku tak perasan whether they animated that or not. Tapi I just wondered if it's a new thing.
Ada. That's why. Sebab itu kita boleh nampak. And that's why we notice.
Just what you can take it another different angle. What are your thoughts on Fiona's inner monologue? I mean, kira dua ekor ni monolog je kerja. Lloyd pun sama, dia ni pun sama. Hello?
Oh, itu gitu, Syaz.
Yeah. No, I just put you on the screen. Syaz lah, Andri, I mean.
Okay, here's the thing about the Anya dengan Frost punya monologues tau. We see Anya punya monologue, right? It's from the perception of a child who's actually dumb and stupid. That's Anya. And then we see the monologue from Fiona Frost punya side kan, which is actually a person who is actually borderline
dumb and stupid,
psychopath.
Yeah.
She's she considered taking out and then and transforming Anya into a little weapon tau. She's going to train her to become an asset for West. She, in a sense, you can also see her dumbass points lah juga, but we both see opposite personalities and some middle ground idiot similarities between these two now, and that has created Anya not liking Frost and Frost not liking Anya because of the different situations and different reasons now. Dia takut apa Fiona would become her abusive stepmom and force out her loving stepmom Yor. And Fiona dislikes Anya because not only she's the object of attention for Lloyd right now, but she could also become a possible liability for the whole mission for Strix. So I'm loving it so far lah. Memang nampak karakter yang dia suka dan karakter yang dia tak suka from the creator at this point. We see apa we see apa he purposely is doing this kan to shit on his own show, make the fans kan hate apa the show kan, but actually kan gives more credit points kan for people to actually watch on the show and see how these characters interact tau. So either it's an act of genius or a lucky act lah for him to actually make the show better with these interactions.
Okay, I'm gonna put Shaz back on. I'm going to ask soalan pautan tadi. So now you've seen what she's like now. Obviously lah, tanggapan pertama yang masa tengok last episode tu berubah kan. Kalau tak, memang terror lah korang. Were you surprised or not when you see that she's actually Suki?
Yeah, I thought she was just another, stereotypical Ray Ayanami punya type character. Macam like required, blah blah blah. Like, ini confirm lah Ray Ayanami punya fans ni akan, okay man, we had one in blue hair, now we got one in white hair. That's it. We got Fire, very sharp eye character. Dia boleh very efficient at what she does and everything. Cakap pun very soft spoken. Kena pula dengan mata dia pun jadi biol semua lah. Wow. The first part was mata dia kena animator lah. Saya tukar the wording jadi Suki.
Aku nak tunjuk korang, I mean people who've read the manga would know this already lah. But this is what it looks like in the manga. But obviously because they translate kan. Let me just bobo screen besar pergi nampak sikit pada korang di rumah. So he said, I love you. Lepas tu dia macam erap mata, tengok balik.
Sampai the wording tu debu.
Betul. I love you. Aku muka dia sama.
Brilliant. Genius.
Dan lah dia guna a lot of negative space warna hitam lah, lepas tu dia letak the wording in white. Macam like wow.
Because dalam ni putih, dalam anime obviously berubah pink lah kan, which is the better colour for this. I thought this was a funny episode lah. Tapi aku benda part yang tak expect yang masa yang she hissed at Fiona. Macam
kucing kan.
I mean it reminds me of, kau pernah tengok Interview with the Vampire? Me and my old films. It's the one with Tom Cruise as the vampire, Brad Pitt. Masa tu siapa? Mary Jane Watson, what's her name? Mary Jane girlfriend kepada the first Spider-Man actor, Sam Raimi. What's her name?
Tak ingat.
Kirsten Dunst. That's it. So Kirsten Dunst was probably about 5 or whatever it is. So in that, she plays a little girl and she's a vampire. Macam ni lah, kau tak kejut tau. Dia macam biasa je. Macam dia orang kata, mulut you ada darah. Tangan you ada darah. Suddenly she change her face like that. Tu orang tertarik tangan. Woi, what the fuck was that? Tapi itulah. Tapi aku kesian kat you mula-mula. Dia macam, yelah aku bodoh. Yelah, kesian lah aku.
Dia makan bulat-bulat tu. Dia punya oh bini apa, dia Lloyd selalu complain bini aku kat rumah macam ni. You makan tegang je. What?
And she mentions it kan. I mean, then the door open. Imagine the damage that would have happened if Lloyd hadn't come back in time to intercept that uncalled for remark. But yeah. Anyway, right. Let me see. Okay, we have, obviously this is this is worth me giving another overlay because this is from the manga. This is from, again, volume 5, the last bit, short mission number 3. And Bond Forger, Jackie kat Penguin Man. God! I thought this was so funny. And the fact that they actually did this after the credit. So kepada penonton di rumah, siapa yang terkejut tengok benda ni, probably you guys have switched the TV off when you saw the end credits too soon. Yeah, because this is like a longish. It's not even like that one when they first introduced Yuri when it was only like 1 minute. This one was a proper longish one. Anyway, so you're on the now. I might as well tanya kau. Adakah anda menjangkakan Bond Forger boleh bertindak sedemikian sehingga Penguin Man dicederakan sebegitu sekali?
I think this was one of the episodes where we first time tengok Anya marah tau. Dengan mata menangis-nangis lah. Dia mampuslah kau. Aku tak suka dah kau. Tapi Adi tu alamak. Because the Bond, dia boleh baca emotions. That's why the fact that they can read emotions also implies that dia faham what emotions are. So bila tengok Anya dengan Penguin ni macam aku sayang tidur dengan dia, dia mana pernah ajak Bond tidur sekali.
Yelah kan,
so jealous lah. Jahat lah, siap aku
and they got him to talk. I mean, dia punya tu, actually there are Japanese words in there that he actually spoke. He actually spoke. Tapi obviously nak menyenangkan, as opposed to having subtitles, you could hear lah, dia kata tapi okay lah. I mean, I'll give Shaz Andy the floor as well. Anything else from this edition? I know you don't find her endearing, but try.
I'm surprised kan Bond didn't go more than just cari apa that penguin lah. If you've seen dogs kan, what they do to shoes kan, dia koyak rabak sampai hancur tau. Apa dia sikit je kan. Apa I do think you did enough tau. Kalau saya kan, I was expecting Bond to actually eat the damn thing and then shit out in the toilet tau. And then no evidence tau.
Oh yo, itu bukan anjing lah, tu dah robot.
No, this is a dog. Dogs eat anything.
You sure? Dia kambing ke? Kambing eat anything kot?
You know dogs kan, they eat anything except for chocolate.
They bite though. I mean macam makan, dia tak makan kasut tu, dia gigit kasut, aku tahu lah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about lah. The damage kan should have been more.
But I think the damage wasn't done too much because we have this person here, the mother. I'll help you. Dengan muka confident. Nanti lagi tengok kepala nak cabut bangku ayun tu.
He's even more dead now.
You nampak sangat kan, the creators kan sayang you sangat that she torments Anya kan secara tak sengaja tau.
Yeah, because suddenly we find a hidden monetary links between Subang and Japan. Here's the money. Do more of this. Endosan. Yes, Andri sama. So in the end, world peace. Tapi quite nice juga lah. Apa-apa Lloyd kata, if only the West and the East can be solved just this easily. I thought it was quite a nice episode. Anyway, so let's see. I think our friends in the chat ada shoot the wrong comment. Kalau Fiona didik Anya, cawan Koko boleh tangkap. Yeah.
But she scared the Coco.
But not just that. Tengok yang dia whip Anya nangis-nangis tu. Wah, tak kasi chat.
So basically, Fiona is an Asian parent lah.
Ha.
Tiger mom.
Tiger mom. And then category again says, evil spy baca pikiran your senpai. Yang mana ni? Evil spy pikiran your senpai. Anyway, category, if you want to elaborate on that, by all means, please add a comment because we are still here. So thank you chat. Sekarang kita akan ke, let me get rid of that first. Segmen kita yang terakhir. Yes, segmen kita yang terakhir adalah harapan. Actually, itulah harapan dengan reaksi satu ayat lupa buat overlay. Gila lah 2 minggu tak buat kerja ni jadi pelupa. Anyway, harapan saya, as you can see from the little 15-second thingy, tennis. Bolehkah Fiona land an ace in Lloyd's heart with her serve of love? Sorry lah, sebab uncle punya joke. Nampaknya kita akan menonton cerita yang diadaptasi dari volume 6 onwards from chapter 31. So volume 6 is the one that's got Fiona on the cover. So yes, the tennis match will be interesting, and I have a feeling it will be stretched longer than what we think. Go ahead.
I'm just happy to know the next episode there'll be more Fiona and possibly Yor in the episode, because they seem to be tied together by the strings of fate to actually be rivals lah. But moving forward, I hope that we see more female characters come around in this series lah. I still want to see how does Becky looks like, how Desmond is going to look like. I don't know how she looks like in the manga, but I just want to hear and see her in the animated form lah, because I think she's a cool character. More female characters lah, maybe more Miss Sherwood. You know me, I'm a MILF man.
Yeah. Your MILF don't have to be big busted, and they just as long as they're tua lah. Yeah.
No. I said MILFs, not GILFs. Okay, they're two different things. Two different species.
Because Fiona is not MILF either.
She has MILF points. She's developed.
Okay. Whatever rocks your boat. Shaz.
I don't think Fiona will be able to score anything because ultimately it is a cinta sehala antara dia dengan Lloyd. Because Lloyd couldn't care less. Dah lah dia blur. And then kita jangan lupa they are staying in different bedrooms. You're dengan Lloyd ni, they officially don't share the same bed.
Yeah, tahu. Unless you read dojins. Sorry, I mean I heard lah. Gosh. Okay, adakah kita ni more harapan daripada chat? No, we don't have any more harapan from chat lah. So anyway, guys, so that's it. So kita dah tiba di penghujung sesi bedah kita untuk 19 until 21 episodes. Spy and Family diharapkan penonton di rumah terhibur dengan ulasan kami malam ni. I think we probably did about an hour, 10 seconds on 1 hour 10 minutes on SNF, with the rest of the hour on the different news and different anime. I think that's quite a good mix of stuff lah. So as I said, hopefully I got a feeling diorang akan main tenis. Dan ini bukannya spoiler as such, but the tennis match is mission yang diberi oleh Sylvia Sherwood di permulaan episod 21 tu. So that was the mission lah that she wanted to tell Lloyd about, and Lloyd kata bagi tahu kat office lah, nanti tak bagi tahu sekarang. It's a bila baca macam it's fun, tapi macam I was like okay, tapi hopefully now we're going to see it in action. I hope it'll be really funny. So we'll see them playing tennis. Nama tournament dia Campbellton. Ada sebab instead of Wimbledon, it's Campbellton for a reason. You will find out who Campbell is next week. So hopefully kami akan kembali discuss balik. So we'll have 4 more episodes to the end of Spy Family. We'll see how. So kami akan kembali either in 2 weeks time or at the latest 3 or 4 weeks time. But watch out, we'll let you know lah dekat so just follow us on our YouTube pages so you can see when and also kami ada laman Facebook untuk STOMACHOFCHAOS dan juga untuk BUZZPOPTV. So untuk minggu depan kami harap penonton di rumah akan kembali bersama kami pada 4 bulan Disember waktu yang sama 9 malam untuk ulasan tertunda bagi Kreng. Okay, episod 4 hingga 8. So we're doing 5 chapters. It'll be me and Andri and Pochita here. And so see you next week. Hopefully kalau ada colleagues kami daripada Cepat Pop yang berminat, mereka more than welcome to join us. Pada anda yang baru ke sesi kami, jangan lupa untuk melanggan, berkongsi dan tenyeh butang like ya untuk kedua-dua laman YouTube STOMACHOFCHAOS dan BUZZPOPTV, laman pop culture suka ramai Malaysia. So sekali lagi terima kasih kerana sudi bersama kami. Pada rakan panelis saya hari ini, Otsukare sama deshita. Aku Syaz, Andri, and saya Kudamaru Ijo desu. Mata atore. So see you next week, guys. Mata ne.